Welcome to VP4 TV, a Tactical Genius production. Here is a list of upcoming matches in the 2023 Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. I try to stream what I think will be the best matches to watch and offer a good standard of play. Please subscribe to my YouTube and Twitch channels so you can join in the stream chat.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
When things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Welcome to VP4 TV. You're watching a Tactical Genius production. Please welcome your commentary team for this match, 9ball.com and Super Admin aka Steve Chaplin, CEO and President of Celeris, Inc. Good luck to both players and have a good one.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome back to VP4 TV. We have a second round match in this year's VP4 2023 9-Ball World Championships, or Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. And it's two players that are in round two but haven't played a game. Chimpie, I think, got a bye. Excuse me. And Chicu, I think, won through by forfeit in his first match. And we can see that Chicu was set to play Ice Age, but it doesn't look as if the match was set at all, and Chicu got advanced. Ice Age has gone to the one-loss side. I doubt very much whether Ice Age is going to show, but the good news is Chiku's just arrived in the lobby. Chimpie has already been in for a while, and they two are going to go ahead in about a minute's time. And Steve said he's going to be here. I'm just going to tab out and check. It looks like it's just you and me, Steve. There's nobody in the stream.
I'll be with you in a sec.
Yep. Right, so welcome to Dwight, or good morning to Dwight. This tournament room should be going up in about a minute's time. So as I say, this is the first outing for these two players. Chicu, I've never seen play. Chicu is from Chile in South America. Chimpie from the Netherlands. And, well, as I always say, we'll get a good judge of what sort of level that Chicu is going to play at after we've seen him play a few shots. It'll either be good, bad, or ugly. We'll find that out soon enough. Chimpie, long-term experienced virtual pool player from back in the VP3 days, but he's actually fairly recent back to VP4, and he's been finding his feet in VP4 because it takes a while to adjust to the difference in what was Virtual Pool 3 to this game. It's a whole different ball game, different physics, tougher tables. It's not as easy, but he's certainly picked up his game. Chicu, we will reserve judgment until we get a good look at him. What I was going to do is, and it's too late to do that now, I was going to have a look and a run through the bracket to catch up with some of the results. I think these... I thought the match had started. That's good. Well, we're in. Chiku's in. Chimpie's arrived. And Chicu is on the right-hand side. Race to 19, of course. Lag for the break. And Chicu on the right-hand side is never going to win a lag like that. So that's not a good start. Maybe a little bit nervous. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, looking at Chicu, he's a 2,100 rated player, but as we all know, that can all be done in a challenge room. And when I don't care what your rating is, it's how you play in a match situation as to what level you'll be at. So we'll find that out soon enough. Now, just to let you know, Dwight, and anybody else that's watching, I am now streaming on 720, which is graded as high HD quality, but it's not HD, if you know what I mean. And the reason I'm doing that, where's the cue ball going? Oh, the reason I'm doing that is to see if Cobra's going to drop in and tell me whether the stream quality looks any better when I move the table roundabout, because I think obviously I'm running an awful lot of resources with all the crap that I have running on this, and that might be eating up the resources a fair bit. And obviously the bit rate for the stream and everything and all of that gets eaten up. So Chimpie looks as if he's going to have a good start here. Won the lag. Got the break, got a ball, got a shot. Now he needs to go 2, maybe 3 rails. It's going to be 2. And this is exactly what you want to do. Win the lag break, get a ball, get a shot and run out. That leaves your opponent in no doubt of what you're capable of doing. And let's see if this works. Yeah, the audience have arrived. Steve hasn't, but the audience has arrived. So another ball in a break. Now, what one went? Was it the one? Yeah, the one ball's gone. Well, this is going to be a possible bank. It looks as if he's going the other way. I think he's maybe sort of more interested in ducking for cover here. I think that's the idea. Well, I don't believe that he played the bank. I'm going to hedge my bets on that one. It's clipped the 8 ball and gone in, and he's landed a cut in the 3. I don't believe he played that. I think he played to duck away there. Good afternoon. Oh, wait a minute. This is a bad sign. This is a bad sign. Chiku's gone already. South American internet can't be all that good, or he's jumped ship and bailed straight away. We'll see what's happened here. This might be a short one, guys. It might be very short. I think, maybe Chicu's wondering if he's going to get to the table, and he's maybe thinking, well, I'm not going to hang around to find out. And all that Chimpie's done is broken around the boss rack. Well, I mean, I think, first of all, I don't think Chimpie's got that safe. I think Chicu can certainly see the 3 ball. So we're expecting him to come back. And it's not one of these little quick disconnects and reconnects. I'm imagining it'll be around about the same time, give or take an hour, time zone wise, as where Steve is at the moment. Because I think South American time zones are fairly similar, I would guess, as to the North American time zones. Not an awful lot of difference, I wouldn't think. This is getting a little bit worrying. Oh, well, the good news is he's back. And he's just played the replay to see what happened, because probably on Chicu's end he never got to see Chimpie's shot, so he doesn't know about hitting the plus, the minus buttons to speed up the replay. So now he's seen Chimpie's shot, and he can't see the red. And he might be thankful that he's almost got away with that, but Chimpie can either go all out for the cut, or he can play a decent safety here. And that was always on the cards. That's the right thing to do when you've got an easy safety where you can make trouble for your opponent. That's probably the best thing to do. Well done in the win there, Semi-Pro. I thought Nick could have caused you problems last night. And he probably will cause problems for somebody on that one loss side. Well, Chimpie's got his reward. He's got ball in hand with a 3-9 combo. Well, as I say, we can't judge Chicu till we've seen him with a table where, as I would always say, he should be running out. We'll find that out at some point. But as long as Chimpie keeps breaking and getting balls in the break, he's looking good so far. Now this is all about judging the pace, because the pot and the 2, it's still a wee bit testy, but he's got to watch the cue ball. He could end up hooked here, where he's controlled the pace well. Yeah, but I think when Albie and Bill had finished and I joined Slim's stream, at the end of the stream, Slim was looking at the stats, and I think both of you maybe had 1 or 2 dry breaks looking at the stats. But I think you both had ran 5 racks. Still not as good as Tommy in his last match. Tommy was superb. So, Chimpie, 3-0. Well, he's got a long way to go to not only match Tommy's 13-0 defeat of Jose, but this obviously is a race to 19. Well, another couple of balls in the break, and I think the one's gone again. And now he can play the stun to try and chip this 9 in. I think he can do it. He just needs to come back off the 2 a little bit, I think. If he hits it square on, it's not going to go in. But if he just brushes it as if he wants to come away from the 2, this is going to be 4-0. Yeah, it was not a gimme. And I think he's come up smelling the roses again here. I think he might be able to get enough of the 2 if he maybe tweaks this a wee bit. I don't think he's going to. He's just going to try and maybe bank it up and down the table here, play it into this corner. That could be the idea. I think he's thinking either or here. Now you guys can let me know, is Cobra there? Cobra was in the lobby. I'm surprised he hasn't joined the stream. You can let me know if me waggling around the table is causing any sort of pixelation in the stream. Yeah, that's what he's tried. Well, this is the ideal situation here, where we'll get a judgment on Chicu's abilities. He's got ball in hand. Well, he judged the pace in that. Nice to drop it in dead weight.
All right, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Good afternoon to Steve. Now, first of all, let's just clarify something, Steve. Last night I had Discord open. I never sit in the commentary booth. I have Discord open so I can check, see whether you're about. And I checked before the stream started. There was no sign of you, and I thought, right, well, he's probably still at the golf. So off I went and did the match, and then at the end of the match, you were sitting in the commentary booth. And so I came in and said something, but no reply. So obviously you'd gone to get something to eat or whatever.
I came in at towards the end of it, and I'm like, oh man, this thing's like, I think when I came in, it was already over.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so then I went and watched Semi-Pro and Nick play. And that was a good match.
Yeah. Well, it's 4-0. And I missed what happened there with Chicu, but he couldn't run out.
Well, Semi-Pro seems to be pretty good on his predictions so far that Chimpie's going to murder Chico. I mean, I think Chimpie definitely has the advantage. He's been playing well lately. And, you know, if Chico can't get out when he's got ball in hand, and what was there, like 4 balls left all in open or something?
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Chico is, he's a little bit hard to figure out because, you know, we've seen this so many times from him where he really doesn't, do a whole lot in these tournaments, and he does some good shots, and he screws up a lot, and he loses, and then you're like,
are you mixing Chico up with somebody else, Steve? Because I've never seen Chico. You must be mixing him up with somebody else. I've never.
I don't think so. Oh, I'm mixing them with Cheeky Chico. That's what.
See that. I thought, what the hell, Steve, talking about here? His voice. I don't recall ever seeing Chico.
Yeah, because I remember Cheeky Chico. You know, I mean, he's got one of the highest win percentages in the league, and I was thinking it was the same guy, but this is Chicu, not Cheeky Chico.
This is Chicu from Chile.
Okay, well, so this is a different guy. All right, well, that's my bad, because I would call Cheeky Chico just for short.
Steve, did you ever have a look at that match with Tommy and Jose?
No.
Well, that you have to see that. You have to go watch that and go and look at Tommy's stats for that match with Jose and the one loss side.
I did look at the stats yesterday for this tournament, and Tommy's stats are pretty darn good for this tournament.
Well, you know why they're pretty damn good? Because he was mediocre in his first match, all for the fact that he couldn't get a follow-up rack each time he had a ball. And so he consequently ended up losing the match. But against Jose, as far as I can recollect, and some of the guys that were watching will probably confirm, Tommy, as far as I know, made one mistake, and the one mistake was the execution in a jump shot where he jumped and landed on the ball he was trying to jump over. And as far as I know, that was the one mistake he made. He broke and ran, I think, 8 racks, in totally 9.
Well, he's played how many matches now?
He's only played 2.
Because I'm looking at his run out from the breaks. He's got 10 runouts from the break.
Yeah. Well, he might have been lucky to get one in his first match, but that would have been the only one.
His average balls made are 1.46. His break percent is 80%, and he's leading in every single one of those categories, I think.
Yeah. It's just a pity he's in the one loss side. But you see what happened. I mean, he was getting balls in the break and he was running out every time he got a sniff. And Jose had about 5. You look at Jose's shots, I think Jose had about 8 shots in the match. And about 4 or 5 of them were duff. He sold out twice that I can remember. The rest of it, he couldn't do anything because he couldn't get to the table.
Well, maybe Tommy's stepping up his game. I think it wasn't the first match Tommy just played terrible.
Well, I think it wasn't aided by the fact that he just could not get shape on a ball when he broke. He might have won a rack, and then each time he broke after it, he got nothing, or he got a ball and he never had a shot. And then when he was breaking dry, of course, needless to say, the table was wide open for... Who was it he was playing again? I've totally forgotten.
He was playing Nick.
In the first match, yeah.
And you know, it's interesting because the Nick semi-pro match, really the difference in that was the break. I mean, it was 19-16, and semi-pro broke significantly better. I mean, it was... It's, and you know, that's the way it really should be, because with good players, that's what it typically comes down to, is the break. And then, you know, sometimes a mistake. I mean, Nick missed the ball that, you know, he feels like it cost him the match, and it was a determining factor late in the match. He missed the ball.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's fighting the stats, because the break stats. So I'll tell you how one-sided this was. Semi-pro, 18 breaks, 1.2 balls made. Nick, 17 breaks, 0.58. So it's like semi-pro was making double the balls Nick made.
I must have been looking at the wrong stats that Slim showed me last night, because I thought I get completely different stats.
The break percent, 66% for semi-pro, 47% for Nick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean,
that's what makes a difference.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that Nick probably played just as good as semi-pro, and he lost it on the break.
Well, there you go. Semi's just said there that Nick had like 6 dry breaks. Semi came to the table and run out. You know, that's painful.
What semi-pro needs to do to win against him. I mean, you know, you got to make the guys pay for that dry break. And you know, when you're talking about guys that are you know, not top players, they're not always going to clear those out. But you can get against the top guys, and they're going to. They're going to clear a lot of those dry breaks out, and that's why the break becomes so important, because when you do dry break, unless you get lucky and don't give the guy the look at the low ball, I mean, at best case, the guy's playing safe and you're probably going to be hooked. And at worst case, he's running out.
I wonder if this match is going to finish. I wonder if Chicu's going to bail, or whether you're going to have the heart to stay in it, because a shot like that is not a good sign either.
Well, this is this is not looking so. This is kind of what I've been waiting to see in this game is guys running out a lot more. I think some of the physics changes that have been made have been promoting this. I wouldn't say the tables are necessarily playing easier than they did, but I think the way the balls are reacting, and especially the throw on the ball, it's more natural. I think guys are just being more successful. And I think a lot of guys have gotten better. I mean, Semi-Pro did all those drills, and I know he's gotten better.
8-0, I'm afraid.
Now, the question is who's going to step up? I mean, you got a bunch of guys. You got Tommy, you got Chimpie, LS3. I guess that's not a guy, but a bunch of players who, are capable of winning if they get a little better.
You get any update on what's happening with Stubb and Spectre Dawn?
I have not looked in a while. I mean, when I'd initially looked, the Stubb was doing his normal thing and not sending out things like he's supposed to. Let's see here.
They've got 4 days left because, of course, there's 28 days in February. They've got 4 days to get that match done. Well, it's 8-0, and if Chimpie can get himself half decent on the 7th, he's a bit straight, but he can still go forward and just come back up for the 8 in the right side pocket. He's going to leave it long.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Stubb, because, let's see, on the 18th of February, Spectre Dawn sent a proposal. And then on the 23rd, which is 2 days ago, Spectre Dawn sent another proposal.
Nothing from Stubb.
Nothing at all from Stubb. So he's either got some life problems going on or something, because,
No, he's got the usual problem. He's bloody half-witted. That's his problem.
Well, I mean, he's going to end up getting DQ'd because he's not responding. And then, he'll complain that the world's against him like he normally does.
Well, 9-0, and the only thing that's saving Chicu here is the fact that Chimpie can't get to the 2, I don't think. Let's have a look. Nope, he can't get anywhere near that. He's got to bank up and down.
This is not a tremendously hard kick shot. I expect him to kick this in. It's a big ball because you can go to the rail.
That's good. That's well played.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty automatic. You get any kind of reasonable line on it. So in the world of real pool, I don't know if you guys have been pay attention to the pro pool at all, but
10-ball championships on at the moment.
This freewheeling kid, Mohamed Sofu, who lost in the World Championship to Ruiz. This kid, let's see, Mohamed Sofi, what did he do? He ended up coming in second, I think, in the next tournament, and then I think he won the next one. He beat Ruiz. I mean, this kid is
where's he from? I've never heard of him.
I
mean, he sounds obviously sort of Arabic or Arabia or something like that, and one of those.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
I mean, what age is he? Is he still in his teens?
No, but he's
in his early 20s.
Yeah, I don't think he's more than about 25. Let me take a look here. I mean, he's, but I love this guy. He's a freewheel, and he just goes out there and goes for it. He's got no fear at all.
Well, that's always dangerous.
Okay, so you're second in the world championship. Then you just won the Dynamic Billiard Estonian Open, which obviously isn't anywhere near as big of a event. But if you look who's playing in it, Ruiz, who he beat, Kazakis, Fajan, Swezik, Robbie. There were some good players in it. It's not like this was any kind of cakewalk. Al-Kaidi played in it. Most of the European players were in this thing.
Well, it's 10-0. Chimpie's with another ball in the break. 9 balls hanging over the bottom corner. I don't think he'll need to bother about trying to knock that in early in this rack. He's got to go behind the 9. Well, I was going to say behind the 5, sorry, but he didn't get there. Now what he needs to do is make sure that 3 ball's in no position where Chicu can have a bang at it. He might be going for the bank though. Yeah.
Let's see. How old is this kid? Let me see if I can. I mean, he just started playing on the Pro Tour, I think, this year.
No, he's overcut that. That's not going to hold the line. So here we go. First chance, well, third chance for Chicu to put this rack away or to get one on the board. Now this cue ball wants to go to the long rail and somewhere near the 8 ball. Yeah, that was the problem with that shot. I mean, you've got to see these things coming and take evasive action. The cue ball was always wanting to go towards that long rail and then into the 8. Now, is he going to try and cut the 6 and nudge the 9 in? Yeah, he's gone all out for the bank. And that's this rack gone. He might have been better to actually try and cut the 6 and nudge the 9 in with the cue ball there. I think I would have done that. Sort of more a 2-in-1 shot I would have played. Oh, wait a minute here, what's Chimpie up to? Hang on a second. Well, it might end up being a combo. Oops. That bloody jumped all over the place there.
Yeah, I can't find how.
Oh, what a shot that was. Watch this replay, Steve.
Let's watch the replay.
Watch this for a jump shot. I never knew he had this idea. There you go. Oh dear. Well, that's painful as well.
Yeah, that was different, wasn't it?
Chicu had a little glimmer of hope there. He might have been coming to the table just to drop the 9 in, and lo and behold, no joy. Well, it's 11 racks in a row here. 8 ball is gone, and Chicu's going to be in trouble again. And this is the thing you do. I mean, you don't start taking any liberties because you're 11-0 up. You just bury the guy every chance you've got and just frustrate him even more. And that's what he's done there, because Chicu's had a bang at something he thought he could squeeze a. Well, there is a saying for that, isn't there? Like putting a camel through the eye of the needle or something there with that cue ball.
Yeah, Sophie's from Syria.
Yeah, I knew it was somewhere in that direction, yeah.
But he's living in Germany.
Well, we've got a better game over there, would imagine, than in Syria.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get better without the competition. There's plenty of good players in Germany.
There we go. It's 12.
But I don't remember. I saw his age someplace. I think he's 24, 25, somewhere in there at most. I can't remember.
So basically, he's the new guy that's putting the fear of death into the older guys.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you something about Poole is you're not going to scare anybody unless you show speed. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're just a real kind of consistent player and you don't make mistakes, and the sort of prototypical extreme of that is Ralph Souquet. Okay. Ezekias is another one that's kind of like that. Nobody's going to be scared of those guys. Not saying that they can't beat guys, because they have over and over again, but they don't, they don't have tremendous speed. When you get these guys that have a lot of speed, and we're talking about guys like Shane Van Boning and Filler, and this kid's that kind of player. I mean, he's got a lot of speed. And when he learns to make a few less mistakes, he's going to be a terror, because guys that have speed, they can just do a lot of stuff other players can't. And in snooker, the guy that's like that is O'Sullivan. Ronnie's got way more speed than anybody out there. If he plays good, he's a terror.
Welcome to Cobra. Cobra, you can tell me if you're seeing any pixelation, because I've got the resolution set to 720 instead of 1080. Oh, wrong button. Hang on a minute. Well, congratulations to Chimpie, because he's matched Tommy's run of 13 racks in a row, and he's got the chance to just completely whitewash Chicu. And I think the odds in that have become very narrow, unless Chimpie does something completely daft and leave a 9-ball over a pocket, which is still possible. But as long as he minds his business.
Well, according to this list, he's older than I thought. According to this list, he's 29. So if that's true, he's quite a bit older than I thought.
Well, that's a bit late to be coming to the fore, to start getting noticed.
Well, this was in 2019, so he'd be 32 at this point, if this is correct. Well, yes, but you see this happen with people where guys aren't that good at a younger age and they get better, and he's got a lot of good years left even at that age.
Well, I'll be working to noon tomorrow, so I'm going to miss that match. I am 6 to 12 tomorrow.
This is looking like it could turn into a donut.
Oh, it's looking very like it, yeah. I mean, as I say, Chicu's always got the chance of getting a consolation rack, but that's probably going to be down to, a missed pot by Chimpie, or, I say hanging a 9-ball or something. That's the only way he's going to get it. But at the moment, it doesn't look like happening.
These matches can be bad for players, and the reason why is they can get lazy about things. And my philosophy is that when you play a match against a player like this that you're going to win, you've got to try to play the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just start firing at balls.
Yeah.
Play safe where you would be playing safe against another good player.
Yeah.
Try to do the same things, bring the same intensity, do the same things, because it not only is it just habit, but it's
discipline as well. You're sticking to the same routine. You're not changing your ways. You listen to what your little voice is telling you. You don't take liberties, and if you start doing that, you can start giving away racks. But I don't think Chimpie's in that kind of mood. I mean, he's played safe and put Chicu in trouble, and Chicu's had a bang there when he was behind that 2-ball trying to get to the 1.
Well, when you get up to the better players, the differences. The thing is, they all can run out. Some of them run out a little better than others, but that's not going to be the main determining factors in these matches. The differences are going to be small things. How well do you play safe? How well do you kick? You know, if you have to shoot a bank shot, how well do you do that?
Ah,
Those sort of things are the difference. Obviously, the break's a huge thing too, but you know, running out it's just assumed everybody's going to run out.
now here's a chance to break the duck here. It's not perfect this at all. I think he's too close to play the billiard, is he?
No, this is fine.
Is he?
I mean, oh yeah, this
because
is fine.
he could end up
even if you brush the 4, you're okay. You got to hit the 2 thin. You want to hit this with left English. Try to throw the 9 ball.
He's playing the billiard. There we go.
Yeah. And the only thing he did wrong there is he hit it too hard. See how the cue ball went to the pocket there? You could have scratched on that. That was the one sin you didn't want to make, but he got away with it.
And that was down to Chimpie having a go at something there. So that's the consolation rack been given to Chicu. So now, again, with this type of table, you know, if you're a 2,100 rated player, then you have to be running it. And you have to be making sure you're not going behind a 9 ball or anything. And I would have made sure I wasn't going to go near that 9 ball. He's got himself dead straight in the 4. So it needs to come back with a little stun draw, I think. Does the 5 go past that 8?
Yeah. It does.
It's tight if you're not sitting good on it.
Yeah, there's like a good 3/4 of the pocket there.
Yeah, I see he's left it short.
Yeah, he should still make this, but
yeah, this is crying out.
Ball is a little trickier.
Crying out to bump the 8 or do that.
Well, you know, the ball's going to throw more when you hit it easy. And when you're looking at that 8 ball and you're going, I can't overcut this. So you're being a little thick on it. And then you hit it easy. And then, you know, the ball throws a lot. And that's what happens.
And this is going to come out far enough. Now, this needs to be
able to make this. It's just a thin cut.
Thin, and the cue ball's running.
This is really a hanger, if you ask me. I mean, it's not. This shot you should never miss.
We'll have a look at the bracket at the end of this match to actually catch up with scores.
Well, that amazes me. He didn't shoot the ball in the pocket. I'm not sure what he was thinking.
Well, he didn't fancy it, but then again, he's got away with it. I mean, this will bank this 6.
I think that's visual because I'm telling you that shot. That's an easy shot. I mean, visually, you look at it and it looks like a terrible shot, but it's not. That shot was not that thin a cut.
Well done. Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Oh. Well, it's reverse bank again on the 8 ball. This is good for a bank as long as it gets the right pace.
He just cut this in.
Is he cutting it? No, I would have much preferred the bank.
Man, I'll cut that every day.
Commentator's eye, Steve. The reverse bank was far easier as far as I could see. I think if he'd went for the thin cut, it's guaranteed he'd have scratched somewhere on the table.
So I've got a shot I used to shoot for money a lot. So you put the object ball where that cue ball just was. So the object ball goes and center diamond on the end rail and 1 diamond up from the end rail. And then the cue ball goes 1 diamond out from at the other end of the table, 1 diamond out from the corner pocket, both sides. Mm-hmm. So from the corner, and then back cut that ball. I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money shooting that. Made a lot of money shooting that shot.
Well, I mean, the fact the 9 ball was always going to be the way trying that way. I presume he played the bank. It's hard to really tell, but brushed off the 9 and did have a shot in the 4. But that's his chance gone.
Yeah, well, Chimpie just needs to finish this thing off and stop messing around. I'd like to see some of these players like Chimpie and Tommy and LS3, step up and be more competitive in these tournaments.
Well, I mean, it's easy to do. If first of all, I mean, I say it's easy to do, but it is easy to do if you see what happened. Well, there's a dud there by Chimpie. The way Tommy played that other night there, he was breaking and running, and it doesn't matter who you're playing, as long as you're capable of running tables and you're getting good in the break, you're getting a ball in a shot, then there's nothing the other guy can do, no matter how good he is. And that's what needs to happen to these guys. They need to be taking full advantage of dry breaks and making the most of their breaks. And you need to get lucky. You've always got to get lucky in the break.
Yeah, I mean, that's all important, but the other part of it, the moving game and this and that is, if you get up there and you start running out a lot, yeah, but it's not always going to go like that. Sometimes you're not going to break as well. Sometimes the tables are going to be hard. So you've got to be able to do the other parts of the game. That's going to be
sensible safety.
The secret to winning a lot of matches is being strong in all areas of the game.
Sensible safeties and good push-outs. Now, Bill, the other day there against Albi, Bill played two horrible safeties where, I mean, he just left the ball on at the end of the day. And he was trying to be cute and did not execute them at all and just gifted those racks.
The problem with good players is 2 mistakes could turn into 5 or 6 games.
Well, it did cost him 3 or 4 racks.
Yeah, and that's why pool's so hard at a high level, because the mistakes are multiplied. You just can't make very many of them.
Welcome to Bankster. Late to the party. I don't think you get much of this match to see. You've maybe got another 15 minutes of this match and it's all over. Well, he's the wrong side of the two. Let's have a look, see what he can do here. I mean, he could be really, really cute and stun this firm and put left English on it. I don't know what he's trying. Oh, it's a 3 ball he's on. I forget it. I'm forgetting the 4. I'm looking at the 4 and I forgot about the 3.
He came up on the short side, but the thing is you had to be on the short side, so you better be in extreme. That's an example of actually a good play, because you did not want to get too straight on that.
Now this is just got to. That's perfect. Perfect in the sense you can see the 5. Now, did you want to get up between the gap, the 7 and the 9? Or does you want to dig out? I think he just wants to let this run.
I would go between the 7 and the 9, because you got the side or the corner depending on the speed.
Yeah, he's going up. He's going up top. That'll do it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that was a good play there. I mean,
yeah, the pace was good.
You can hit that shot. Yeah, the dig it out was the worst line. The line he picked was good. Going between the 7 and 9 was good. Actually, I think the line he picked was the best one, because I think that was going to be the easiest one to get good on the 6.
Well, Chicu's now finding out that if you're a 2,100 rated player in challenge rooms, if that's what he's played, then it's a big step up to come to these matches and play an experienced player.
A lot of these guys, get higher ratings because they're not playing against competition that's that strong. And, all it does is hurt them, because if they play in a handicap tournament, then, they're unfair to themselves. You don't want to have a rating that's higher than what you can play to. And in this game, the way you keep your rating under control is you play good players.
Yeah. So 15 racks to 3. Chimpie's 4 away. He's just getting, again, the right thing to do is just to study the table, and again, we keep repeating it. know where you're going before you make the first move. I mean, this is just about avoiding running into the 4 and doing something daft there. Now, does he want to try and get into the gap between the 7 and the 3, or does that 3 go past the 7 and then past 5? Yes, it does. I mean, he could go forward and check this a bit if he wants to be adventurous.
Well, this is
he's trying to get into the gap.
This is going to be interesting because the 4 to the 5 is a little tricky. But, you know, what he just did there by moving that 7 is he made the 4 to the 5 way easier because you can be almost anywhere on the table now.
Well, the only problem now is the wrong side of the 3, so he's going to have to work the cue ball one way or another here.
Yeah,
I mean, he could just go to the rail and spin it out, and as long as he gets past the 9, he can leave the cut in the 4. But he's going to have to go forward a bit here. No, he's trying to get inside. He's trying to get inside.
That's a very good play.
That'll do it.
See where this 5 ball is, you know.
He's always going to have a shot on it from dropping the 4 in.
Running into the 7, whether he intended to do that or not, made this 5 ball easy.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I think the main thing is you work your way up to a higher rating by playing better players. The fact that you can't get into a champ rating room, that's up to you. And maybe that's telling you something, that you're at the level that you're at the moment, and that's the type of players that you're playing. But sooner or later, if you get your act together, then you'll start winning sequences of racks, and then you'll get into that champ rating level. But you certainly want to be mixing it with better players rather than just playing guys that you get the ego trip of just beating them. That's no good to you. And there's a lot of players like that going around.
You don't have to play the best players, but you got to play guys that are better than you. That's really the key. Is play people that are better than you.
Well, another couple of balls in the break, and look at this table again. And this will be a fail for Chimpie. He deserves to get some detention if he doesn't get out here, even though the 4 balls got to be gotten on.
Well, he just got himself funny on this straight right off the bat. I think he's going to probably shoot a stop shot here, just stop it and take the cut back.
Well, he could pinch a bit and go forward and come down past the 5 and 6. He could pinch a wee bit.
See, in this situation, you just stop the ball. You're
guaranteed
position on the 4.
He's looking to steal it. Watch what he's doing. He's coming down the left side here. I'll tell you every day. No, he's decided against it.
He's just going to stop.
He just done it to fool me.
That's the correct play because, you know, this is a reasonable shot and it's guaranteed. He's going to try to hold this and straighten out the cue ball, which he's done pretty well. He just underhit it a little, but that's still okay. Now you got to decide if you're going in front or behind to the 7 ball. He's going to go the other way.
This is going to go sort of no man's land territory.
Yeah, this is still okay. I mean, all you have to do is make the ball, the positions automatic.
Well, the bank's reasonable as well if you fancied that better. But
he's put a little English on this. This shot doesn't need English.
Yeah.
He put a little inside English on that, you know, to hold the ball. I would have just hit that with straight top and let it come to the other side of the side pocket.
So what should be another consolation rack.
That inside English wasn't needed, and it made the shot harder, and he ended up missing it.
Well, he's looking at this. That always worries me when somebody looks at this 7 ball, because you've played the game long enough. You don't really need to. You just need to see the line from where you are. But he's got it in. Now he doesn't want to do something like follow the 9 in. I don't think he's going to be that daft.
And what did you say at the beginning of this rack? It's a fail if Chimpie doesn't run out.
Well, there you go. It is. Yeah. But then again, it's down to the basic error of not getting good shape. leaving it awkward.
Well, it wasn't really that awkward. I mean, you're not always going to get perfect on balls.
Well, it was awkward enough that he missed it. So.
Well, he missed it because he shot it with inside English. I mean, if he would have just, he made the shot tougher than it was.
And he's missed the 2, and he's going to get a roll of the ball here, I think. Is he? No, it might be enough of that.
Maybe not.
No,
I think that ball goes.
Yeah, there's maybe enough of it showing. I think he might. If that was me, I'd be just turning this a wee bit with left. He's going for a wee bit of left.
Yeah, well, you got to hit this good to get on the 2 ball. You're going to have to put a lot of left on it if you want on the 2. Otherwise, you got to go behind the 3. And it was either a lot of left and come straight up, or put some right and go back around behind the 3, 5, and 8. And resorted to the blast shot.
Well, he's more than likely going to be in trouble here in a minute. I don't think the 2 goes, does it? It's too tight.
We'll see what kind of safety he comes up. He's got a pretty good play here to
he did try and squeeze it in.
He got a pretty good safety there where he could have rolled up on the 3 and 5.
I think it was a tall order to get that 2 ball in.
Yeah, I would have just thinned the 2 and rolled up on the 3 and 5 there.
But I think Chimpie's now at the stage where he's taking a little bit of a liberty there, going for that, and he's
and that's what I was saying earlier. You don't want to do. You want to play the same way, when you've got a match like this, because otherwise you're just you're not keeping in competition mode.
He's hedging his bet that Chicu can't get this done, and earlier evidence has proved that's the case. So here's the first decision he has to make. I think he's pretty straight in the 4. There is a slight angle, but not that great. But 5 doesn't go in past the 9, so he has to get some sort of shape in this 5 ball from this position. Well, I presume he's wanting to get in the best position to try and make the combo. I mean, he can cut the 5, I think. That 5 cuts up the table, and he'd be unlucky not to see the 6. Well, he's played the combo. Another bonus rack, and again, Chimpie should never have been trying to pot that too. He should have buried him.
No. Well, I got chewed out on this kind of thing by a friend I had as a champion when I was trying to get better. I'm winning 8-0 in a race to 9, and I banked this ball, and after the match he goes, "Why are you banking that ball?" And I said, "Because it didn't matter. I was up 8-0 going to 9," and he chewed me out. He goes, "You gotta, when you get guys down, you gotta keep your foot on their neck." He goes, "You never do that. You never give anybody a chance." And he was right.
That is true. I mean, the worst thing to do is to start doing daft things. Okay, you've got a big lead, but you start doing daft things, and then the balls might never forgive you, and then you end up looking an umpty. I mean, okay, he's got a big cushion, and it's unlikely anything's going to happen. But I agree with what you say, Steve. I mean, you got the guy down. Well, what do? You push him down even further, make his life a misery.
It's just
and get out of there.
It's just good habits. Don't start making bad habits. The game's hard enough as it is without adding to your misery.
Now, can he Can he use this 7 to push the 2 behind the 6 and duck up table?
Well, that was interesting. He was right in between them. I would have just tried to cut it. If you hit the 7, it was probably going to go in, and he went in between that. He undercut it, but he didn't hit the 7.
Well, what was it? Was it 14-0 before Chicu got his first rank?
I believe it was, and now he's got 5. Chimpie's just not. He's doing what you don't want to do.
I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, he was 14-0 up, and now it's only 16-5. So 5 racks have gone somewhere. And Chicu's trying to make his mind up whether he wants to try and just spin around the 9 or try and go over the edge. He's got plenty of room. Well, he's trying to spin around it. And now he needs to hope that that drops behind the 8. Which it's done. Let's have a quick look at this 3 and 4 in case anything's set up there. Well, that 3 and 4 is not bad. Chicu's got ball in hand now. He needs to pay attention to what's going on here. Is he going to try and get down past the edge of the 9 to play the 3 in a corner, or has he had a look to see what this combo looks like? Because I think he should probably consider that move rather than trying to get really good in the 3. The 4 looks as if it's going to the jaw. It looks as if he's trying to line up on the combo the way he's playing the 2. And that looks too heavy. I mean, now I don't know what he's trying to do. Well, if that's what he's trying to do, if he's trying to do that, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. I think he got lucky, to be honest with you. I don't believe that he played to get there. But that'll do. Well done. Oh, he's got a ball. And he's got a shot. Albeit, again, he's going to have to work the cue ball a bit for a shot in the 2. I don't know whether he can... Well, I mean, he could risk stunning to the short side of the 2, but he might stun too much and scratch. I think he can get into there. You see, he's not really sure of what he's doing there. Because look at where he's finished. I mean, he was ugly in the 2, missed the pot in the 1, and again, that's where your confidence in executing a particular type of shot is tested in that situation here, and he wasn't up to the task, I'm afraid.
Now let's see what he decides to do here.
Well, he's not going to avoid the 8 ball, I don't think. Or is that the 8? No, it's the 4. Keep mixing the 8 and the 4 up in this blue cloth.
Yeah, well, probably just bump on it and shoot the 3 in the other side pocket.
Well, if he hits it the right side, it'll be reasonable enough in the 3 ball, I would think. If he gets a lump of it.
He's going high on this, though, which is not going to bring it.
It could have finished worse. Yeah. He's got a nice angle to get up and down the table, miss the traffic, and he'll be on the 4.
Yeah.
6 ball looks fairly tight to the rail, though.
Yeah, that was well done. I mean, those kind of situations with the traffic, there's always a chance to screw up.
Now, do you take your medicine or do you try and bump the 6? I think you just get the 4 ball up, the cue ball up the table.
But I would hit it with inside and try to get straighter on that 6 ball.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And he's got a little... Well, he can punch it in and come out, can't he? He can go forward a wee bit and come out. Does he want to draw back? Is he drawing back? I think he's drawing back.
I'd be drawing back.
No, he's played the big stunt.
That's another separation of players, is being able to handle ball traffic. And that's why a game like rotation is such a great game, because when you got 15 balls in the pocket on the table and there's only 1 ball you can shoot at, 15 ball early in the rack is very difficult. And not the game 15 ball rotation is a fantastic game, especially the Filipino style. That's one of the great pool games, and it's not played a lot outside of the Philippines. But if you want to learn how to move the cue ball, I mean, that's something that I practice a lot. Is I'll play 15 ball by myself. And, if I'm being lazy, I won't break. I'll just throw the balls out on the table. But even just doing that, running out is not that easy with all those balls on the table, and it teaches you to.
Oh, that looks nasty. Yeah.
Teaches you to move balls in traffic.
I mean, it's not typical to hit the two, but it was a good safety.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may not have been difficult to hit it, but you're looking at a situation where there wasn't any good kick safety available, or not a very easy one, so he's probably going to have to get lucky, which he didn't.
Well, I suppose Chicu's maybe got another lifeline here. This 3-ball's not going anywhere fast. Not at the moment, but it might now.
Sure?
That's an excellent shot.
That
Let's
was well
watch the
done.
replay of that last shot.
He should be out here.
Yeah. Perfect little bump.
Yeah, he's come up kind of short on this. He should be
Well,
okay, but that's...
Yeah, he's still fine, because, I mean, he's bumping the 8-ball, but unless he bumps it back in front of the cue ball, he'll be fine. Oh, dear. Well, commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Well, another chance to get another rack on the board here for Chicu. Well, this is a big test, how he moves this cue ball down to the 6. I know what I'm doing. I'm going 3 reels every day of the week. Good bit of top on it.
Well,
He's going for the big draw.
No, this
you
is
see, and that's
good.
going to catch the 9. And
Yeah,
he might go okay, but that's not the way I'd have done it.
No, you got to go forward there.
Now he's got to make sure he doesn't hook himself on the 7. And that will do it. But I can see that, Chiku's, I mean, like everybody in VP4, they can all pop balls, but I think there's a fair bit of a learning curve that Chicu needs for these type of tournaments.
There's a lot of sloppiness, and sloppiness ends up causing problems.
Well, again, playing great big stun shots like that in these tables, they ain't going to work if you don't get them online. That's just a gift there for Chimpie.
Yeah, well, the way Chimpie's been going, it's not guaranteed he's getting out here.
Oh, this is a gimme. This he's not going to mess this up. Anywhere in the middle of the table, he's cutting a 9.
That's what I thought when he had a wide open rack at the beginning of this bracket.
So
he got funny on the 4 and then hit it bad. He still should have made it.
Chimpie on the hill. Well, when did this match start? It's barely an hour and 3 minutes old.
Yeah, these matches are going pretty fast. I mean, especially with the better players.
I think this is dry. And I don't think Chicu's getting a roll of the ball here, is he? Let's see if we can see the 1. No, he can't.
He can.
Can he?
I think he can see it. It's
oh,
close.
he can get it.
I think he can make it.
Yeah, he can get it. Well, yeah, he hasn't taken any time setting himself up there. He just did a bang.
Not at that speed.
He tweaked the cue a little, and then just decided to give it a blast.
Well, he was trying to throw the ball, but the way you throw the ball is hit it easy, not blast it.
Yeah, well, I think when you're 18 racks to 6 down, you just want to get out of here fast.
Well, I mean, it's good he's playing in this tournament, though. That's what players need to do is get in, and we've got a fair number of lower ranked players in this tournament, which I think is good. Let's see what we got in here. So we've got.
This is nice for the 2.
1 B players, 3 A players, a number of professionals, and then all the rest are champions. Although, I think on this game, champion's sort of a loose term.
You're talking about Stubb there, aren't you?
Yeah,
because Stubb's still not a champion. Oh, where's this cue ball going? Where's John?
Where's the cue ball going?
There you go, into the hole.
Well, I'm not going to say it because every time he doesn't run out.
Well, this for the match. He's not going to fail here. He said his fingers burned. And he's ended up dead straight in the 6.
First thing he does is get funny with ball in hand. So, like I said, I'm not counting any chickens.
Now he's trying to spin with left bottom right English, and that's worked. He was lucky there he didn't catch the tip there and end up in the hole.
You got that saying in Scotland, counting chickens?
Oh yeah. Don't count your chickens. Don't put the cart before the horse. All of that sort of stuff. The shit's hit the fan. That's probably another terminology here for poor old Chicu.
Yeah, I think the Scots invented that.
Well done to Chimpie. Not really tested, but he's going to be tested. We'll find out in a minute or two.
We got a lot to blame the Scots for. They invented golf, which, that's already hang your head and stand.
So, well done to Chimpie. Comfortable win. We'll have a look at the bracket from top to bottom. We've got Bedhead through to round 3. He had that win against Jose to send him to the one-loss side in round 2. And of course, Jose's now out of the tournament. Tommy took care of him. Albinario through to round 3. So again, we've got a Bedhead Albinario tie. 2 Swedes. There you go. It's like an ABBA reunion with these two. And then we have Paul 24. He's a Filipino, isn't he? He was in the
he's a Filipino
in the league. MC Clarkey. That should be quite a good match.
I think that will be.
I still think MC Clarkey will be too strong for him though. If Matt's on his game, I think he'll be too strong for him. Quagmire against Larry. And Larry sneaked his match in when I wasn't around, I noticed. No, tell a lie, he'd a bye. I never realised that. And of course, we have Rosine through to round 3. We've got Mr. Fox and Cobra going at it tomorrow afternoon at noon, my time. As I say, I'll be finishing work at that time, so I won't get that match. We've got LS3 through to round 3, having beaten Linus in round 2. And of course, we've got the match that still has to be arranged, Spectrodon and Stubb. We've got Chimpie through to play One Pocket Slim. Now, there's a good tie between those two, One Pocket Slim and Chimpie. And further down, we've got Eloquenti and Pulka Bauta. They've arranged their match for 10 p.m. Is that tonight? Well, I'll be in bed at that time.
That's tomorrow.
Or is it tomorrow? Well, again, that'll go ahead. We've got Brainfill out waiting to play the winner of that match. We've got Bankster and Hazard. Now, that could go either way, that match.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
We've got Rabbi through to round 3. He's playing semi-pro. Well, I think, looking at Rabbi, he's had a 19 racks to 6 win against Christian in the first round. He got... an interesting thing is, now here's something that you should know about, Stephen, now that I've just noticed it. Bobby Barris never played the match with Rabbi, so I presume Bobby never showed up. And I got a message from Casino Jim.
There's a score for Rabbi, 17 to forfeit, so he must have
he must
either quit or had a disconnect. And
you think so? Right.
From.
Well, Bobby Barris is now on the one-loss side, and he's got a match with Casino Jim. Now, earlier on in the week when I was playing Cowboy on my day off in the morning, early morning, late at night for Jim, I found out that Jim had somehow fallen off a bike, and I presume it was a push bike, and he not only is, what is it you call it? Is it... what is it you guys call it? He's got breathing problems. He's got the same problem that John had, John Slingblade. And
he's got COPD?
Yeah, that's what the letters I was looking for. But combine that with the fact that he's landed in his ribs and he's cracked like 6 ribs. I mean, he had a heavy fall off this bike. And he was in.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, 6 ribs.
Well, I got a message from him yesterday. He's ended up, of course, in hospital now, and he's worried about playing this match. And I said, you don't bloody well worry about playing this match. You get yourself back to fitness, and so this match may not go ahead.
Well, of course you do. I mean, isn't Virtual Pool the center of everybody's life?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's the least of his worries. So that match might not go ahead, and Bobby Barris might end up getting.
Well, if he can get a laptop, he can play from his hospital bill.
Well, I'll send him a message and say to him, Steve said that's no excuse. Get a laptop. Right. So looking at the fixture,
hopefully he has a quick recovery.
So we have this match tomorrow, the round 3 match, I think it is, between Mr. Fox and Cobra. That'll be worth watching.
Bill, it looks like
Shibo
and Nick have scheduled their match for March 2nd.
What day is
and
that?
We've got another match in the loser scheduled. Tomorrow is Christian and Mr. Bill.
Now, that's 8 o'clock tomorrow,
yeah.
Well, that's going to be a bloodbath because Bill's going to walk that. You know, that could be 13-0. But then again, some of the safeties that Bill was playing the other day, I wouldn't hedge my bets on it. Eloquente and Poke about it, and then you've got Shibo and Nick. So what day is that? Is that Monday or Tuesday? That March the 2nd.
That's Thursday.
Well, that
you're looking right at it. It says Thursday right on the page you're looking at.
I probably couldn't see it for
full day.
Yeah, you're right enough. Yeah, I couldn't see it for looking at. Right, so that one lost side match, I'll definitely be looking to get that, and that's 6 p.m. on Thursday, so I'll do that one. But I won't be doing the Eloquente match because that's obviously too late. I won't be doing the Bill Christian match because that's going to be a bloodbath with the greatest respect. And Mr. Fox and Cobra, at best, I'm going to catch.
Hopefully I'll be able to see some of that.
Well, I'll miss the first dozen racks or so. I'll fly home and try and get it. But in the meantime, that is it for today, folks. Early in the day, well, early-ish in the day for Steve, because it's just gone noon, and it's now dinner time here, so that's where I'm headed. And I'll bid you good afternoon, and thanks for joining us, Steve.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Good playing, Chimpie.
That's a good idea, Cobra, but I don't know whether Slim will be around at that time of the day, because that's obviously, when you think about it, that's going to be breakfast time. He'll be still in bed at that time. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. I'll try and dash home and catch some of it, and at least catch the end of it. So, good afternoon, take care, and we'll see you again soon.
Good night, ladies.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up.
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.